Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wiggins 77 True Crime. Thank you for joining us. At Wiggins 77 True Crime, our primary focus is on true crime. However, we do explore all types of cases from missing persons to unsolved cold cases to current cases pending in the courts. It is important to us at Wiggins 77 True Crime to not be a contributor to the misinformation highway, but to dispel the myths and present only the facts of each case. We truly appreciate you taking the time to listen and welcome all feedback. Please leave all feedback in the comments section. Today we will discuss the missing person case of Jack O'Sullivan. This is, you'll see on your screen there, here is Jack O'Sullivan's missing person poster. Jack O'Sullivan was a student who lived at home with his family in Flaxburton in the United Kingdom, which is approximately a 15-minute drive from the city of Bristol. Jack had graduated from Exeter University and was currently studying a conversion law course in Bristol while living at home. Here is a picture with Jack with his mother. Jack O'Sullivan went missing in the early morning hours of March 2nd, 2024, in Bristol, United Kingdom. Jack was 22 years old at the time he went missing. He is 5 foot 10 inches with a slim build, short brown hair. He was last seen wearing a quilted greenish brown Barber jacket, beige woolen jumper, which is a sweater over here, navy chinos, trousers, brown leather trainers with white soles. Okay. Here are pictures of the clothes Jack was last seen wearing, or they're very, very similar to them. This picture is of the items that Jack had with him at the time of his disappearance that have never been found. As you can see, he had a small black wallet, his driver's license, an Air Apple tag in brown leather, looks like leather case, a Boss watch, a key fob for a Peugeot, single house key, a debit card, and a black iPhone 11 in a red silicone case. This is a map with the CCTV of all the last known sightings of Jack in the early morning hours of March 2nd, 2024, prior to going missing. The timestamps on these should be accurate as the times come directly from the CCTV footage. This map depicts the last CCTV image of Jack at 3:17 a.m. March 2nd, 2024, according to police. Jack is standing on the grass, which looks like a park on the bottom left-hand corner of the picture. This map depicts the actual last CCTV image of Jack at 3:39 a.m. March 2nd, 2024. This CCTV footage was found by Jack's parents and not the police. When the police said that the last CCTV image that was found of Jack was when he was standing on the grass in the park at 3:17 a.m., the police at the beginning determined that Jack had jumped in the water, case closed. Jack's parents didn't accept that explanation, and with good reason not to. Went on their own search for CCTV footage and found two subsequent CCTV images of Jack, with the last one putting his location walking along the Bennett Slipway Road, walking towards Hotwell Road in the vicinity of where you see in the middle of this picture between Bennett Way, Bristol Gate, and Cabot Way at 3:39 a.m. This is the location Jack would have been in when Jack's friend returned Jack's earlier call to them. When Jack answered the phone, then the call was abruptly disconnected. The time could easily be confirmed by Jack's cell phone records if that was the time of the incoming call or not. The time of the friend's incoming call is crucial, as that appears to be the time that whatever happened to Jack happened at that time. Okay, here's the timeline of events. At 1:52 a.m., Mrs. O'Sullivan was waiting up for her son to arrive home, received a text message from him assuring her he would find an Uber or a taxi home. At 2:53 a.m., Jack O'Sullivan leaves the house party, begins the search for a taxi or Uber, captured on CCTV twice, attempting to stop taxis to get a lift. At 3:15 a.m., Jack is captured on CCTV in the grassy area of Brunel Lock Road, or Brunel, sorry about that, Lock Road and Brunel Way. This is the last confirmed sighting of Jack O'Sullivan according to police. So at 3:24 a.m., Jack calls a friend who is still at the birthday party that he left, but the friend doesn't answer the call because they couldn't hear their phone ringing. At 3:30 a.m., about 3:34 a.m., Jack's friend returns his call, hears Jack say hello, then the phone disconnected abruptly. The friend rang Jack's phone multiple times after that, plus text message asking, "Where are you?" with no response. At 5:20 a.m., Jack's mother woke, realized Jack was not home, rang his cell phone multiple times. By 5:30 a.m., Jack's mother sent Jack a WhatsApp message asking, "Where are you?" which was delivered to his phone at 5:40 a.m. with no response. At 6:44 a.m., Jack's phone stopped working on the network. From 4:39 a.m. to 6:44 a.m., usage on Jack's phone was equivalent to a 9-minute video. At 5:40 a.m., Jack's phone is registered pinging off like a tower near an address somewhere in the Granby Hill and Joy Hill Road area. There are two crucial times, the 3:30, 3:34, when Jack answers the call, then the call ends abruptly. What happened to Jack when that happened? And at 5:40 a.m., the phone is placed in an address in the Granby Hill, Joy Hill Road area. Why is Jack's phone somewhere at this address? Where is Jack? And who is present at this address at 5:40 a.m.? These are just some of the questions that no one has the answers. Find Jack. We need the answers to find Jack. It needs to be determined who has had Jack's phone at 5:40 a.m. in the Granby Hill, Joy Hill Road address, as that person is key to what happened to Jack. Okay, now you have the timeline. You have the CCTV of Jack actively looking for a taxi or Uber. The question is, why did the police dismiss this and determine that Jack jumped in the water? When the police saw for themselves on CCTV Jack attempting to flag a taxi. Now, apparently, the area where the police first said Jack was last seen is where taxis congregate to wait for fares. So that explains when Jack was unable to flag a taxi, he would walk there looking for one. There is no evidence that Jack jumped into the water. None whatsoever. There is CCTV images of Jack walking back over the bridge, then along Bennett Way at 3:39 a.m., which is after the police decided Jack jumped in the water. So for now, I ask, forget what the police said in regards to Jack jumping into the water and let us follow the facts. Here's the facts. Jack confirmed to his mother, who received a text message from Jack at 1:52 a.m., that he would find an Uber or a taxi home. Jack left the birthday party he attended at 2:53 a.m., confirmed by people attending the birthday party. Jack was not impaired by drugs or alcohol when he left the party. Between 2:53 a.m. through 3:39 a.m., Jack is captured on multiple CCTV cameras walking, attempting to hail taxis. In all the CCTV clips, Jack is moving normally. He is not bobbing and weaving as if he is impaired in any way. Jack calls his friend, who is still at the birthday party, at 3:24 a.m., leaves a message. The friend didn't hear the phone ring. The friend returns Jack's call at approximately 3:34 a.m. Jack answers hello, then the call abruptly ends. This is the last word that anyone hears from Jack. Jack isn't from Bristol, so this part of Bristol may not be familiar territory to him, and was lost and simply called his friend for directions. Okay, on this map on the left depicts the route Jack walked from the party to the last CCTV sighting. The map on the right, you see what may have happened, as it would be an easy mistake to make, especially if you're not in a familiar place. Jack walked over the Plimsoll Swing Bridge, then went left on Bennett Way instead of going straight along Bristol Gate, which would have taken him to the correct Hot Wheel Road back to the party location. As you can see on the map, there are two Hot Wheel roads, one that goes left and one that goes right. The one on the right would have taken Jack back to the party location, whereas the one on the left would have taken him away from the party location. I believe it was at this point Jack realized he was lost, called his friend hoping to get directions. When the friend called back, that is when what happened to Jack happened. I'm not familiar with this area at all, so if anyone who is listening out there who knows this area, please let me know. Is this like a dicky area where crimes happen, or is this a quiet residential neighborhood where crime rarely occurs? I looked on Google Maps, and to me, this area looks like a nice, quiet neighborhood full of beautifully restored century terrace houses. Now, everyone is going to think I've lost the plot, but I would like to give a shout out to the folks at Google. First, for inventing the Google Map and continually improving how Google Maps work. The majority of people use Google Maps, and too often we take these wonderful tools and the people who created them for granted. So this is a good time to say thank you to Google people, as without you, I wouldn't have a clue how the streets of the world looked. Okay, we're going to go back to this map. As you can see, not only is the route that Jack took is tracked by CCTV, but also tracked by a cell phone. The cell phone track is a mirror of the CCTV track until the last CCTV image of Jack at 3:40 a.m. The CCTV images, to our knowledge, stop at this time. There is no further CCTV images of Jack. Jack's cell phone continues to track, as you can see on the map, that the last transmission from Jack's cell phone was at 6:44 a.m. At this time, the phone ceased to work on the network. Jack's cell phone places the phone, as I can't say at this point that Jack was still in possession of his cell phone, at an address somewhere in the Granby Hill and Joy Hill Road area at 5:40 a.m. The activity on Jack's cell phone from 4:39 a.m. to 6:44 a.m. was equivalent to a 9-minute video. This cell phone data presents a wave of questions here. First one, what usage was on Jack's cell phone from 3:40 a.m. to 4:39 a.m.? This is an hour of unexplained time. Number 2, the usage was equivalent to a 9-minute video. For people like me that are technically challenged, what exactly does that mean? Was it a 9-minute video? Was it text messages or phone calls or video calls? These details are important to trace the last movements of Jack's phone, which could lead to Jack. Who lives in the residence where Jack's phone has worked last on the network? Did the police conduct a house-to-house in the Granby Hill, Joy Hill area? Is there any more CCTV in the Joy Hill area? What is the distance from the nearest cell tower in the Joy Hill, Granby Hill area that Jack's cell phone registered on? Is it 1 kilometer radius or a 10 kilometer radius? And did the police conduct a house-to-house inquiry within that radius or inquire as to any CCTV footage in that radius? Can any information be gleaned from the Apple AirTag that Jack had with him? I don't know about all of you, but I have many more questions. Therefore, in the next episode of the case of missing Jack O'Sullivan, I will do some more research and hopefully have some answers, as well as pictures of the exact location that Jack was last sighted on CCTV. There are many people out there with a much better skill set than I, so I ask all of you, will you please join in the quest for answers as to what has happened to Jack O'Sullivan? Jack O'Sullivan is a quiet young chap with a loving family seeking answers. This is not a case of a drug addict, an intoxicated person, or suicide, but a case of the boy next door. I look forward to all your feedback. Please leave your feedback in the comments section, or if you like, you can email me at ybentleyddavidson@outlook.com. If any of you are interested in the next episode I'll post will be about the JonBenet Ramsey case. I will be posting 2 episodes in regards to that case shortly with just the facts. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen, and please join me next time for another compelling case. Until then, always remember, every day is a gift.